Kim is very happy, and the leader, who is in a bad condition, he shouts and says, "You bastard, what's your problem?" And we are shown a scene after a while, where we see that Kim has made all the people in a bad condition. And with this, Kim tells us that after becoming a superhuman, I have learned two things. First thing, no one can see my status window except me. And second thing, my skill predation is activated when I use my mana. And with this, Kim thinks, but there are still a lot of things that I don't know about my skill. But with this, he thinks, that's alright, but what is this idiot doing? And we see that Jay is sitting in front of Kim and he is crying and saying, "Kim, please don't tell mom and dad about this. You know that I not only consider you as my cousin, but also as my real brother." And seeing this, Kim says, "Okay, stop it. You've been doing this for a long time." I said, "I won't tell them anything." But we see that Jay is talking to Kim. "Look, I promise I'm ready to be your dog, and I'll do whatever you say. But please don't tell mom and dad anything." And with this, Kim thinks Jay is really very cunning. It's not wrong to say that he's a cunning fool who knows how to work in what situation. But right now, this is not a big problem for me, because today there is going to be a big problem in our city, and that is a dungeon break. After which Kim says, okay, I promise. I won't tell uncle and aunt anything. But in return, you have to come with me to a place. And listening to this, Jay doesn't understand anything. But with this, we are shown a scene of a factory. But we see that this is a restricted area in reality, where people are not allowed to come. And we see that some people are already present in this factory. One of them is crying, "Sir, why did you create this barrier here? Is this dungeon going to break?" But with this, we see that monsters come out of that dungeon and start coming out. After which their leader says, "This dungeon has appeared here a few days ago, and it has been told that this is a C-rank dungeon. But some people have doubts about this. That's why we have come here to create a barrier." But with this, a girl is screaming and saying, "Sir, these monsters are coming out of this dungeon. Don't you think they will break your barrier?" So listen, that person is saying, "Don't worry. This dungeon is just a C-rank dungeon, and the barrier I have created is a B-rank barrier, which these monsters will never be able to come out of." But we see that those monsters are trying to break that barrier. And with this, all the monsters break this barrier, and they all come out, and a monster is going to attack that leader. But at that time, a girl screams and calls out to her leader, and we see that person turns around very fast, and he hits that monster with a very powerful kick, because of which he separates the head of that monster from its body. After which we are shown the scene of Jay, which is boring. "Kim, you have said that there is going to be a dungeon break, whose rank is C, and it already has B-rank hunters present, which are professionals. So this is a good thing. They will easily clear that dungeon." And we see that both of them are running towards the same dungeon. And Kim says, "Yes, it was absolutely perfect. But at this time, that dungeon was really C-rank. But it is not like that, because that dungeon is a high-rank dungeon." And listening to this, Jay is very surprised. After which we are shown the scene of the same dungeon again. And we see that all the monsters that came out there, that team leader and his friends have killed these monsters. And that team leader is very surprised. And he is thinking, "They broke the barrier of my B rank. How is this possible? Is it not like this is a high-rank dungeon?" At this time, he sees that more and more monsters are coming there. And the barrier that the team leader has made, those monsters are trying to break that barrier again. And they break this barrier very easily. And we see that there are many powerful monsters coming out of there. And along with that, we are shown the boss of those monsters, whose name is Jart Ogre, who is in a rank monster. And looking at this, that team leader is very shocked. And he is saying, "What is a rank monster doing in a C-rank dungeon?" After which we are shown the scene of Jay again, which is saying to Kim, "Kim, what are you saying? Are you joking with me? If something like this is going to happen, then how do you know all this?" And this is what Kim is thinking. He is stupid because this is my second life. But he is saying this because my sixth sense is very fast. And this is what Kim is saying. "You are lying and trying to fool me. I know you are just saying this to scare me. Look, I have told you that I will never do any illegal work from now on. So please stop scaring me." But along with that, he sees that a lot of people are coming running from the front. And there are a lot of monsters behind them. And after seeing so many monsters coming towards us, Jay gets very scared and he says, "What the hell is this? Whatever you said is absolutely true." And Kim says, "Thank God you trusted me." After which Jay says, "Kim, hurry up, we should leave." But Kim says, "No, you go and just do what I told you to do. I will handle these monsters." And listening to this, Jay is very surprised. And we see that Kim has activated his skill, Stone Skin, because of which Stone Barrier has come on Kim's body. And Kim is going straight towards those monsters. After which we see a building scene. And we see a person who is looking at the city from the window and he is crying. Because of this dungeon, a lot of people will die. Because our information has shown that this is not a C rank dungeon. Rather, it is in a rank dungeon. This means that now we have only one hope, and that is you. And we see that this person has a boy who is actually in a rank Avigner.